The Houston airport right now is a total chaos. The lines are wrapping around the terminal, and all due to the government shutdown. People arriving 3 hours early and still missing their flight. Once you get inside the terminal, the lines get worse. It reminds me of Disneyland. If you fly out of Houston, bring lots of patience with you. Unfortunately, not even Clear or TSA can save you. This is the Clear and TSA line. Check out how long it was. It was insane.
At that point, there's no point in even lining up. If I could see the line going all the way to the driveway, bro, just cancel my ticket, because we ain't making it. Someone's like, I've been here for 5 hours now and still no TSA in sight. Whoo! People miss 3 paychecks. I'm glad TSA people are standing up for other federal employees. It's a lot. Good thing my husband has savings for situations like this, but we're getting increasingly worried. Like I said, I wish them all the best. It's a very tough time for TSA workers and air traffic controllers.
You're looking at massive lines at Houston's main airport. Just one more sign. The government shutdown is making air travel especially frustrating right now. Houston George Bush Intercontinental Airport is telling passengers that TSA checkpoint lines could stretch 3 hours. The problem is TSA security officers are not getting paid during this government shutdown. Air traffic controllers are also in the same boat, and this past weekend was the worst for controller staffing since the shutdown began. 16,000 flight delays Friday to Sunday. This is the massive list of air traffic control facilities that had low staff on Friday. The FAA says 80% of New York controllers called out that day. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says staff shortages will get worse before they get better.
80%? They're cooked. Why would anyone in their right mind fly when the safety is being provided by people who are forced to work without pay? Honestly, he has a good point. It's not safe. They ain't getting paid nor motivated to go to work, so why would you even do it? Plus, there's a slight chance you might have to cancel your flight because you ain't gonna make it. Most MAGA voters have never left their hometown, so this doesn't affect them at all.
If you have flights planned or know someone who does, this will impact you. The FAA planning to reduce flights by 10% at 40 major airports.
When we see pressures building in these 40 markets, we just can't ignore it, and we're not going to wait for a safety problem to truly manifest itself when the early indicators are telling us we can take action today to prevent, things from deteriorating.
So think about this. The decision could cut thousands of flights per day.
I'm connecting through the Houston airport coming back from vacation. It was an international trip, so I have to clear security here in Houston. And what you're greeted with are incredibly long lines because the Houston airport, Houston Bush, has had to reduce the number of open checkpoints because of lack of TSA staffing. Of course, TSA officers are working without pay during the shutdown. Has resulted in some incredibly long lines at the checkpoints that are open. We'll see how this goes and how long it takes. So it took me about 20 minutes to get through pre-check, but people coming out of the standard security lines are saying they were in the line for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours just to get through TSA security because of the staffing crunch here at the Houston airport. Once you're through security, now you enter the next phase of uncertainty. Where's your flight coming from, and is that impacted by air traffic control? This really could be a tipping point for reliability at the nation's airport as this government shutdown is poised to become the longest ever. If we think back to 2018, 2019, around 30 days in, we started to see wait times at TSA checkpoints like the one back there start to surge nationwide due to staffing issues. What does it worse look like? Well, take a look at Houston Bush Airport over the weekend. Incredibly long lines because of TSA staffing issues. The airport had to close the checkpoints at most of its terminals. Only 2 terminals had checkpoints, and they weren't even fully staffed. So you had enormous lines snaking their way through the terminal, even out onto the street. The airport warns that wait times could exceed 3 hours. Think about having to budget 4 hours to get through security to make sure you make your flight. That could be a reality not just at Houston, but at other airports as this shutdown continues. It is that lack of predictability and that instability, that uncertainty that's going to face flyers moving forward. Will there be controllers? Will it impact your airport? Will it impact your flight? And how long will it take you to get through checkpoints? Some airports, they're going to be staffed fine. Others may not be, and you may not know until you get there because staffing issues may change shift by shift. Then there's the bigger issue. As the system becomes less reliable, it impacts things like cargo. An awful lot of the cargo that's moved is flown by the U.S. airlines. That's everything from medicine to car parts to your Amazon packages. If the system can't operate reliably, deliveries won't happen reliably. That is an economic hit. If people don't want to risk the travel, maybe they don't take a vacation, that's another economic hit. The ripple effects, the cracks in the system are all starting to show.
I mean, Trump has the record for the longest shutdown ever, so I'm thinking he's poised to try to break that one as well. Air traffic controllers were not paid their overtime rates from the 2018 shutdown. They had to sue the government to get paid. They just got paid this year from the 2018 shutdown. Oh my God, 7 years later?
Wait a damn minute.
This is insane.
My good Lord.
That was wrong.
I guess TSA didn't show up in Houston.
Oh, it's a sob story. Depends.
Well, it doesn't matter. We have a sob story.
And then the line snakes like that over here. So over here, there's like the line snakes like 5 or 6 more times, just like it is right here. Absolutely insane. She needs to get here probably 2 hours, but the clear line starts right here, so you literally skip all of that and just start right here. So pre-check, clear something. This is crazy.
Oh my God. No way. It's already wrapping around other sections in the building. My God. Someone's like, many people in that line voted for this. So this is happening in the Houston airport. TSA not being paid, don't fly. Jeez. Damn, look at all those people. It's all the way outside. No way. TSA took everyone on a Jet 2 holiday. Line over 3 hours. All I can think about is the TSA workers having to deal with this, and they aren't even getting paid right now. That's the sad part. A lot of them having to quit or do other odd jobs. Like I think in my last video we talked about it. Some people are doing Uber, some people are doing Lyft, or even changing their career entirely, which is very sad.
I warned y'all about this when it happened in Atlanta. Look at this. This is in Houston, the airport. They trying to get through TSA. Look at that line. This is them trying to get their bags. They can't even get their bags.
Trying to get on their flight.
Look, more lines.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
It's crazy. I made a video on this when it happened in Atlanta. And there was people actually in my comment section saying, oh, this is how Atlanta airports is every single day. It's not because it's a shortage on TSA members, on TSA workers, on airport workers. Yeah, now look at Houston. And I'm gonna be real, because I'm gonna just let this be known now. I've never been to an Atlanta airport. So I was like, okay, you got it. But I've been to that Houston airport. And the Houston airport, it has a lot of people, but it's never backed up for 3 hours. So the Houston airport was backed up for 3 hours, long story short, because it's a shortage on TSA members because of this whole government shutdown, and they're threatening to not pay a lot of these people. And like I said before, if you do not pay these people are gonna stop showing up to work. Come on now. And you got people wait 3 hours. This ain't, imagine what's gonna happen during the holidays. Yo, this is just the start, and I've said it before. I don't want to see nobody that say, oh, Houston's always like this. No, it ain't, because I've been there. It ain't never been like this when I was there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Y'all think it's gonna get better or worse?
Someone's like, don't feel bad, brother. Those are mostly Trump voters in line, and this is what they voted for. Honestly, you can't tell if they are. And even if they were, it's still affecting everyone else. So this type of response really doesn't help anybody. They went and did something stupid. We're all paying for the consequences, and it's very annoying, but it is what it is. We're here in this point. But we're still going to make fun of Trump voters regardless, because we need to keep the receipts of everyone who voted for them still.
I anticipate there will be additional disruptions. There will be frustration. We are working with the airlines. They're going to work with passengers. But in the end, our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible.
Bottom line, it could potentially be a super painful slowdown for travelers who are already dealing with delays, with cancellations, etc. The department says about a fifth of the delays we saw yesterday were because of staffing shortages. Keep in mind, we can't definitively connect those shortages to the shutdown, but at 36 days, it has now gone on longer than any other shutdown in American history. You've got hundreds of thousands of federal workers not getting paid, 42 million food aid recipients, SNAP recipients getting just about half their benefits this month. And that is stretching food banks thin.
Is this what you call making America great again? Because this is not what I imagined. Let me know what your thoughts are with the government shutdown and also TSA and air traffic control workers not showing up. It's a little crazy. If you've been to the Houston airport, do let me know down below. If it's the first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't, make sure you check out this video. I'm sure you're definitely going to enjoy it. But nevertheless, I will see you guys when I see you. Peace.